Alright everyone, thanks a lot for watching and being with me here. So I have here Batman Begins figure, 1/4 scale of course, which was just released not long ago. Just pick it up a couple of days. And of course on the right I have the Dark Knight Rises version. Keeping in mind that the figure on the right is quite old, at least if I'm not wrong, it's more than 4 years, released about at least 4 years ago. Yep, so I got it off from a secondary market, of course from a seller, because at that point in time when it was released or went up for pre-order, I never even knew it existed, because I was never interested in 1/6 or 1/4 scale or even Hot Toys for that matter. I've never even heard about Hot Toys yet. So there you go, beautiful pieces here. I'm really happy that I have both, and of course I have the space and means to keep and display both. Really, I must admit that it is really a sight. Put them both side by side, very beautiful. So I think that's where you and I can agree that Hot Toys, I don't think they are just toys or figures per se. I think they are more art pieces to me. Alright, so quick and thorough comparison video here. Okay, let's get a closer look at the figures. Okay, side by side. Now you can see that actually they are the same height, but because the way the stand of the Dark Knight Rises figure is made, so it looks like it's shorter, but it's not. Maybe since we are talking about the height, let's compare the stands first now. So I want everybody to take note that as I'm comparing this, we do keep in mind that the figures are at least 4 years, around 4 to 5 years or even more, around thereabouts, about 3, 4, 5 years. I can't remember. I don't remember exactly how long ago the Dark Knight Rises figure was manufactured, produced and released. So the figure on the left is definitely the newer one, so it will tend to look better compared to the one on the right, which is a good at least 4 years older. So now for the stands, right, I think Batman Begins one is good and simple in a sense, because it is able to let the figure stand balanced, stand at level. But you can see here the Batman Begins, sorry, the Dark Knight Rises 1/4 scale. So I could never figure out how to really place the feet. You can see here, this is you have to really move the legs apart to let it stand. So I think it is you would not be able to allow the figure to really stand straight. So you can see here the legs here are tilted, hence the height difference between the two figures. Alright, then you can see the utility belt. Maybe let's move on to the utility belt. I think they are both as I wouldn't say complex, but as beautiful, as how do I put it, intricate. Great details there for both the utility belt. Of course, mentioned in my review video, do handle them with care, both of them. I nearly broke this because of fastening and unfastening of the utility belt. So maybe moving on to the costume or the outer appearance of the figure. So very different. Okay, of course this is one whole piece here. You can see here rubber. I think it feels like rubbery kind of plastic. This one is slightly different. So if you watch the movie, so from this figure or this costume, in the movie, the character's main improvements to the batsuit. Alright, that's for the suit. Oh, so sorry, maybe I go back to my point about the stand here. Yep. So as I was saying, the stand is a bit simple. So this is a bit more I would say more complicated, more beautiful, more parts to it. Okay, you have the Scarecrow mask can be removed. So can the Bane one be removed? And the Joker one be removed as well. Oops, sorry about that. Maybe I can hang it back in. Yeah. So the display stand is definitely beautiful here, but it's a trade-off. It's a trade-off, as I mentioned. So I can never put the legs straight here, but the legs are straight here and the figure is put at level. So it's a trade-off between functionality and aesthetics. Alright, that's for the outer cover. Sorry, for the clothing of the outer appearance of the figure and the stand, utility belt. Now let's move on to the head sculpt. Perhaps this one it can be easily removed because of the magnetic piece here. But of course, if you wanted to put the Bruce Wayne or the Christian Bale head sculpt in, you have to remove this whole part here. So it's a bit more difficult. So there's an interchangeable one, the one with the light up eyes. So I can focus all this here, so that everyone can take a look at this. 1, 2, 3 head sculpts provided. So this is the, if I'm not wrong, is the deluxe or exclusive version with the Batman mask. I think there's a term for it. Okay, I really can't remember, so I'll just call it as the mask for now. Yeah. So over here, you can take a look. This is the head sculpt, of course. Only one, and second head sculpt, of course, is already here. So this is a bit more difficult to remove. You really need to pluck out the whole thing. Unlike this one, you just need to reattach it because it's magnetic. Alright, and it allows a smoother tilt of the head. Okay, but for this one, this is more or less fixed, looking straight. So in the movie, it was portrayed that this was an improvement to the costume from this to this. So Bruce Wayne did mention he wanted to move his head laterally. He can't in this costume, but over here he can. So hence, I think the head was made this way as well. So this is what I like about Hot Toys. They really make it very real and authentic to the movie as it is portrayed. Now, as I continue the head sculpt, let me put the Batman Begins one and Dark Knight Rises one side by side. I don't know about you guys, but I think this head sculpt is definitely worse than this. This is definitely much nicer, much better, I feel. Because of the details, I guess, the wrinkles. So, but I guess this head sculpt, they are really trying to make Bruce Wayne or Christian Bale for that matter look younger. But I don't know why, I just prefer this head sculpt. What do you guys think? I really think this head sculpt is so much better than this one. So there's a comparison for you here. As I mentioned in my review video, the hands here are really die cast. It feels like die cast, very hard, very firm. But over here, this doesn't feel as solid, or maybe it does feel as solid. Just that, yeah, actually it does feel as solid. Just that maybe this feels newer. Over here, this set feels newer. So I just want to keep reminding everyone. So these figures are actually 4 years apart. So the quality of this figure, the Batman, the Dark Knight Rises figure, might be compromised over the years. So I mean, even Howard Chan himself has said that they are continually trying to improve or work on the quality of the Hot Toys that they produce, which is considerable improvements have been made. So as for the accessories, they are definitely authentic. So just a quick comparison here. These are all the accessories I have for the Dark Knight Rises Hot Toy, quarter scale, and Batman Begins, quarter scale. So of course, every other accessory has been placed on the toy itself. So most of it are on the utility belts. So that's all I have. I'm so sorry I'm not able to put the figures on a turntable so that you can take a look at it. Because the figures are really huge, quarter scale. So maybe I can move behind so that you can take a closer look. I'm not sure if I'm able to focus well or able to capture everything. So here it goes. It looks like this from the back. For you to compare. Speaking of which, I think the capes, they feel relatively similar, so the quality is there. So that's all from me, I think. Oh, so sorry about that, my chair. So that's all from me, I think, with regards to the comparison video. Hope everyone really enjoyed this video. So I guess I'll end off here. Thank you so much for tuning in. As usual, don't stop collecting. Take care, everyone. Bye.